This video contains information for IXL B.1 and B.2. Both of those sections are in restrictive and non-restrictive elements. One you need commas, one you don't. Restrictive means that it is necessary, and non-restrictive would be it is not necessary. So if something is restrictive, you would not put commas around it because you need it for the sentence. Restrictive information is not set off with commas. Let's look at this first one right here. The teacher who is retiring is being honored with an award on Friday. Now, who is retiring gives you a little bit more information about the teacher. If it's not necessary, then you set it off with commas. But in this case, the underlined restrictive clause helps the reader to identify which teacher is being honored. And because it is necessary, it's called restrictive, and you do not set it off with commas. Let's look at something that is a non-restrictive element or non-restrictive information. That is kind of supplemental. It's not necessary in order for the reader to identify who or what is being discussed. And non-restrictive information is always set off with commas. So on this one it says, the Golden Gate Bridge, comma, which first opened in 1937, took over 4 years to build. This information right here is interesting. It adds more to it, but it's not necessary for the sentence. The Golden Gate Bridge took over 4 years to build. Okay? That's a good sentence. It tells you the information. If you want to know a little bit more, okay, it opened in 1937. It's not required. It's to interpret the sentence. It's added. And so it's non-restrictive, non-required, non-necessary. So you would put commas to set it off. Okay? Let's look at another one. Restrictive. Restrictive means required. You need it. Okay? Ethan's sister Julie has recently started working for a new company in Toronto. Now, Julie is Ethan's sister. If Ethan has more than one sister, do not use commas around Julie. The name Julie is required in order for a reader to identify which of Ethan's sister is being discussed. Now, if you know Ethan, if the reader knows Ethan has only one sister and her name is Julie, you could put commas around it because it'd be non-restrictive. Ethan's sister, if it's only one, you know who it is. But because Ethan has more than one sister, you have to have it in there, so you do not put commas around it. It's important information. Non-restrictive. I'm going to scoot this a little bit this way. All right, non-restrictive. Ethan's sister Julie has recently started working for a new company. Now this one, only one sister, so we know that Ethan's sister, Julie, he only has one, so it has to be Julie. Not required information. We already know that. We can figure that out without having it being stated in the sentence. All right, so that's restrictive and non-restricted information. The key is that restrictive is required. You need this information to have the sentence make sense, to have what is being said or who is being identified clearly. Non-restrictive is not required. You do not need that information, and so you set it off with commas. All right, hopefully this will help you with B1 and B2. Go ahead and try them. If you have any questions, let me know.